Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously from the title you already know what's about to go down in this video. I will be reviewing both the Soft Glam palette and the Amrezy Highlighter by Anastasia. Just as a courtesy to you guys, if you click this video because you are interested in only one thing, such as just the Amrezy Highlighter, or you just want to see the swatches, I will be listing time marks in the description box so you can skip ahead. But if you are interested in seeing from start to finish the swatches, the eye look, and the review on the highlighter, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's get into it. For those of you who don't know, but I feel like at this point you should, but if not, that's perfectly fine. Anastasia formulated the Soft Glam palette to be that of the same of Modern Renaissance. The last two palettes, Prism and Subculture, were more mattifying shadows, which was the reason for the shadows changing color on people. Like that was one of the issues. And also because Subculture and Prism have shadows that are more pigmented, and most palettes that have pigmented colors tend to have a greater fallout depending on how they're formulated. So with Subculture, which is right here, so with the palette like Subculture, you have these a little bit more pigmented colors than the soft pinks and purples that you found in Modern Renaissance, and they cause that fallout. So that was like a main issue for people. So I'm thinking that Anastasia was like, okay, these last two palettes weren't really a hit. Let me go back to the formula of Modern Renaissance and create a palette so that people will love. And that's exactly what she did. So this is Soft Glam, and this is Modern Renaissance. And she even went as far out as to add certain colors in Modern Renaissance and put them exactly in the Soft Glam palette. The colors that she pulled from Modern Renaissance into the Soft Glam palette are Burnt Orange, Tempera, and Cypress Umber. And then she has colors that are very much so similar, but just with a different name. So like in Modern Renaissance, there's a color called Bon Fresco, but here in Soft Glam, there's the same shade, but it's called Dusty Rose. So she's giving you guys basically the same palette. What I really like about the Soft Glam palette, just by looking at it, is that she added this black shade. Because if you look at it, right, here's Modern Renaissance, here's Soft Glam, right? In Soft Glam, this color is called Mulberry right here, but you got the same color in Modern Renaissance called Red Ochre. I feel like Modern Renaissance is really cute for like lunchtime, brunch time, everyday type of looks, but there wasn't like that deep color that can transform an everyday look into like a nighttime look. And I feel like with Soft Glam, she gives you colors, so now you can experiment and have both daytime looks and an evening look. So she gives you this dark black, she gives you this bronze, and that's the name of it, it's called Bronze, which is a shimmery gold, and I'm about to get into all of that with the swatches. She gives you bronze, she gives you this color called Sultry. So the palette overall is like super universal, and the formula, which we're about to get into, should be the same as Modern Renaissance. So now I'm just about to swatch Soft Glam for you guys, and yeah. So the first color that we have is Tempera, which is also in the Modern Renaissance palette. The next color is a shimmery shade, and it's called Glistening, and this thing is blinding, like it's so cute. The next color is called Orange Soda. This color is called Rose Pink, and it's also a shimmery shade. And the shimmery shades, you guys, are so smooth. They're so creamy, like it feels like you're slicing into butter, I swear. The next color we have is Sultry, which is also a shimmery shade. The next color we have is Bronze, which is also another shimmery shade, which is so pretty, oh my god. The next color is Mulberry, and like I mentioned earlier, Mulberry is just like Red Ochre. The next color is Dusty Rose, and again, Dusty Rose is like Bon Fresco in the Modern Renaissance palette also. This color is Fairy, which is a shimmer shade as well, and it feels so smooth. The next color is burnt orange. This color is sienna. This next color is rustic, which I feel like is kind of the same as raw sienna in the Modern Renaissance palette now that I'm looking at it. The next shade is cypress umber, and the last color is noir. So these are all the colors, and there are 14 shades in the palette, just like there is in every single Anastasia palette. I think for the look I'm going to stick to a smoky eye because this black is kind of like drawing me in, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to play around with it, so that is what I'll get into next. So I'm going to go off camera real quick and prep my eyes for this eye look. So now that my eyes are done, I'm going to jump right into the eye look, which is honestly my favorite part. I'm going to start out with this shade right here called Rustic. So dipping into this first color, I can see that there's definitely some fallout. I'm not sure if it's as much as like the Prism or the Subculture palette, but it's definitely like noticeable right there. You see? So do expect some fallout from this palette. I don't know if it's me going crazy or what, but I feel like this eye wants to do what the Subculture palette was doing when it was like, when some parts of it were a little bit darker than the others. I don't know, like, because I feel like I like this blend of the eye, but this eye, not too sure yet. The next color I'm going to be taking is Mulberry right here. There is a lot of fallout with these matte colors. You see that? It's like just doing that. Lord help me. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going crazy. So this eye, it's like it's darker right here and the top part does not want to blend out. So I'm just taking a clean brush with no product on it, and I'm attempting to blend out that like a little patch right there. Do y'all see that? This eye is blending perfectly. So I'm gonna take Noir and put that in the outer corner of my eye, just because like I don't know how I'm liking the blend of this eye really. This looks so weird. I was not expecting it to do this. So I'm taking the brush that I used to blend the first two shadows just to blend out the black. And this eye is blending perfectly, but this eye is so chalky and I don't understand why. Like do y'all see that? What? I'm not liking this at all. And my blends hit, so I know for a fact it's not me. This is not, no. A little trick that I learned is to diffuse a harsh line, take a lighter color, like a really lighter color, and to go on top of where the line is. So I'm going in with burnt orange, which is like a lighter tan orange color. And I'm just going to go over wherever I feel like it's not really blended. So that's starting to look a little bit better. I'm gonna use my Kat Von D concealer to cut my crease. When in doubt, do a cut crease. Now that my crease is cut, I'm going to take Glisten. The texture in the shadow is so smooth. I'm just taking the Mulberry shade and I am just diffusing the edges and making sure that everything blends together. Now I'm just going to put some black liner, but I'm not going to make a wing. I'm going to stop it right where my cut crease ends and then just blend it into the shadow. So now that the eyes are done for now, I'm going to finally move on to the face. For primer, I am taking the Bare Minerals Good Hydration Silky Face Primer. And then I'm going to put my Fresh Solid Unicorn drops on top of that. For foundation, I am taking the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick in the shade R530. And then on top of that, I'm going to add a little bit of my Cover FX foundation in the shade G110. For concealer, I'm using my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Amandi. Got a new beauty blender. So instead of contour, today I'm going to be using a bronzer to warm me up. Lately, I've been on the hunt for a good pigmented bronzer for women of color, and I've come across a few. So the one that I'm going to be using today is the Becca bronzer in the shade Maui Nights. And I'll probably do a separate video on bronzers for black women because I think that's a necessity. Like, that's something that people need to know. For setting powder, I'm using my Sacha Buttercup, and I'm not going to set all the way out. I'm going to keep it pretty small and just set like right here. For my lips, I lined with a brown pencil, and now I'm just going to fill it in with Anastasia's matte lipstick in the shade Latte. Just to be extra, I'm going to put this Marc Jacobs lip gloss in the color French Tickler on top. For my lashes, I'm going to be using Huda Beauty in the style Jade number 13. Last but not least, the moment we have literally all been waiting for, the Amrezy Highlighter. This is a lot, doing 2 reviews in one video. So this is the highlighter, and this is what the casing looks like, and it's super pretty. It's like a hard plastic, and this is the highlighter. It's almost blinding. It's so pretty. I have high hopes for this highlighter, I really do. So just to swatch it, it's not as like creamy as I thought it would be. The shadows in the Glam palette are much more creamy, much more buttery than what this feels like. Ooh. Okay. That is bright, Lord. So I'm going to be taking a small highlighting brush, and I'm going to mist it just a little bit. So this is the pigment that it picks up. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little bit more. Okay, let me spray a little bit more on the brush. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Amrezy Highlighter, wait a minute, come all the way through. What? Okay then, excuse me. Sis said it's worth all your money because, okay. This is actually quite funny because I just did a little experiment and I'm going to explain exactly why I call it an experiment. So I've actually tried the Amrezy highlighter before now and it was swatched on my face and I did not like it at all. At all. And I was like sad. I was disappointed because I'm like, okay, everybody's raving about this highlighter. Why did it came out looking so ashy on me. So I'm thinking about why that could have been, and the person who put it on my face, first of all, I realized that their brush was dry. They didn't damp it or spray it, and they just went like this with the highlighter and just went like that on my face, right? Ashy. Like I look like nobody loved me, like seriously. So that was one, that the brush was not damp. And two, right, so I follow Amrezy on Snapchat. I don't know if y'all do, but if you just look at her face, look at her pictures, her face is so dewy. Like she's like a dewy god. Like, and what I mean by dewy, I mean like radiating, natural finish, anything that's not matte, right? The day that the person swatched it on me, I had on a matte foundation. So I'm just putting all these pieces together. So I'm like, okay, I just started thinking about ways that I can tweak in order to make this highlighter work, because I really wanted this highlighter to work. And also on the back of the box, by the way, let me just read what it says. Amrezy has a little quote on the back, and this is what it says. I live for the perfect glow. It's a constant focus in my makeup routine. I'm always looking for the most luminous glow with a natural second skin finish. Okay, and then the rest is whatever. Natural second skin finish. So right there, she already just told us to just dub all matte, basically. Dub anything that's drying, because natural skin finish is not mattifying. So all the pieces in my makeup today was geared toward making this highlighter work. Down to my primers, I used hydrating primers. I didn't use any mattifying primers. My foundation, the Makeup Forever stick, is a natural finish, as well as the Cover FX foundation. It's also a natural finish, not mattifying. And if you guys watch that part, I don't know if you remember me saying how I'm not going to set all the way over here. That is actually a tip that Amrezy on Snapchat told all of her like followers. The main way that she achieves that glow is not setting all the way over here. Like, I think it's just nature, just natural for me to just bring my setting powder all the way over, because that's where I highlighted. But if it's on your cheeks, really you don't need to set it, and that's what Amrezy explained on her Snapchat. So again, all these pieces I'm putting together, and I'm like, I remember she did say she doesn't set her cheeks. She literally just sets right here, leaving her cheeks out, allowing for the highlighter that she then puts on top to be extra glowy and extra dewy as fuck. And so I'm just like, okay, Amrezy, like, I get it now. If you are a woman of color and you are interested in this highlighter or wonder if it will work, the answer is yes. As a woman of color, from my perspective and from what I've gathered, this highlighter will work perfectly for you, but just keep in mind, avoid matte foundations, mattifying primers. Don't set all the way over to your cheek, because then that's powder on top of a powder and it'll just make you look extra cakey. Wet your brush, mist it a little bit with your setting spray, and you are all set and ready to go. Everyone is different, and it's just about making it work for you. I saw the signs, I heard you, Amrezy, and I took it to heart, and this highlighter is popping. Like, it really is. So there you go. I'm done preaching now. So final thoughts, starting with the Soft Glam palette. I love the shimmer shades. Like, they are just, when I say creamy and buttery, like, you can slice these and put it on some toast and amazing. I was just like a little, I don't know what the word is, like worried, scared when this eye started becoming really blotchy and spotty. Like, I was able to blend it out by putting that lighter shade on top, but it's like, that was so weird. And this palette is supposed to emulate and replicate the Modern Renaissance palette, and nobody has had that issue with Modern Renaissance. So I'm just trying to figure out who is in the lab, who, like, all in all, I would say that this palette is worth it, because like this smoky eye look, I don't think you can get that from Modern Renaissance. And this is so cute. Like, there's a way around certain things. If you want it to be 100% perfect, then this palette is not for you. But if you are somebody who's a little bit more experienced in makeup and know how to kind of finesse the way I did, then this palette is worth it. Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy Highlight collab. This, listen, Amrezy, you're rude. You're rude, because I don't understand why you gotta be blinding people like this. Like, what the people them do to you? What they do? Like, come on now. That's rude. It's rude to be blinding people. Do I even have to say my final thoughts on this highlighter? I don't think so. All jokes aside, this highlighter is beautiful, 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 beautiful. If you are somebody that's caramel and lighter, then you have nothing to worry about. I've seen this highlighter on definitely lighter skin shades, and it's beautiful. But if you are somebody caramel and darker, someone that's closer to my skin tone, or even darker than that, keep in mind, again, this is meant for a more luminous, natural look. So stay away from heavy powders, stay away from mattifying foundations, and you'll be all set. Like, and to think I really almost didn't get it. Like, seriously, that girl really, listen. This concludes the end of this video. I had so much fun doing this look. Like, I really did have fun recording this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments what your favorite part was, whether you're going to go out and buy the palette or the highlighter. This review was super fun for me, and I really enjoyed it. And this look is literally just like, this look is, okay, you know what this look is, because I know what this look is. This look is fire. Okay. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can catch more of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.